This is the story of a fisherman, John, who set out to fish with his small boat. But after a short distance something strange happened to him. A storm was brewing all around the sea, and the fog spread, making it difficult for him to see anything far away. He survived for a long time in this fog, and then saw a boat far away. Surprisingly, he did not see a single person in that boat. He now wanted to check it, so he tied his boat with a rope and went inside to check it. There he was shocked to see that there was no one in the boat. Although everything was normal there, even the food was fresh and all the effects of humans were there, but there were no humans. Now, John tried to start the boat, but he found out that the engine was broken. He was surprised to see such a big boat alone in such a big sea. Not far away, he tried to investigate the surroundings. Maybe the owner of this boat was nearby and had gone fishing with a small boat. But there was so much fog that he could not see anything. Now John went back to the control room and turned on the radio messenger from there. He sent a message to the headquarters that this boat was stuck in the sea. If anyone was listening to him, please answer him. After doing all this, he decided that he would go in his own boat. And as soon as he came up, he was surprised to see that his boat had disappeared from there, although he had tied the boat well. As soon as his own boat disappeared, another strange thing happened to him. All the fog was removed from there. The sky was completely clear. It was time to swim, so he came back in the same ship. Now, because he himself was stuck in this boat, so he tried to find his way through the map. And he tried to find out where he was now and which way he had to take to get back home. Another problem was that the engine of this boat was also broken. If he had to save his life, then somehow he had to drive this boat. Now he started trying to fix the engine. He found a toolbox from this boat, and after a little while he was able to fix his engine. This was a great achievement for him. Now the boat was working. He could have taken this boat anywhere, but at least he understood the way. That's why he contacted the control room again, but no one answered him. Then the poor guy came back up, and as soon as he came up, he needed to go to the washroom. No one was watching him. Instead of going down, he decided to work in the sea. But then suddenly someone pushed him from behind, because of which he fell. He could have drowned in the water. But by holding the reeling, he saved his life with great difficulty. The air pressure was so high that it was difficult for him to come back. Now, he would have drowned, but he would not lose hope. And as soon as he held the reeling, he came back into this boat. In all this, his work could not be done. That's why he went down to the toilet. As soon as he went down, someone closed his door tightly. John did not pay attention to this, because he thought that maybe it was closed due to the air pressure. But as soon as he got free and turned back, the door was locked, that too from outside. Now he tried to open this door from everywhere. He also tried to open it by taking out a coin from his pocket, but this thing did not work. His mind was getting worse. He felt that there is someone in the ship who is playing a dirty game with him and is torturing him. He started screaming loudly, "Please, whoever it is, open this door. I did not come here for any theft. Believe me, I just came to check." Despite saying so much, no one answered him. Now, whatever he had to do it himself. He opened the cabin here. He saw a shocking thing, that there was blood in the cabin. It was a scary thing. But he did not pay attention, and tried to open the door again by taking out a scissor from here, and once again it failed. Now this boat was also moving continuously. John had arrived. Suddenly he saw a window above. When he came out of the window and looked around, he saw a cargo ship coming from far away. He saw that the direction of the cargo ship was exactly towards his ship. If the cargo ship came here, then his ship would be destroyed and he would die. To save his life, he wanted to give a signal to the cargo ship, but how would he give? He was stuck here. He took out his shirt and gave a signal to the cargo ship, but no one from the cargo ship could see him. Now he had to save his life somehow, so he had to stop his ship, otherwise the cargo ship would have destroyed it. Then he saw a rope above the window, and he got the idea that he stopped the ship with this rope. He tied the rope and threw it out so that the boat could stop. But something bad happened to him here. The rope got stuck with the fan of his ship, and from inside the bathroom the rope got stuck in his throat. His throat was now choking. He would die, but with great difficulty he got his neck out of this rope with some other tool. His neck was completely red. He was about to die, but he survived. Anyway, this ship stopped because of the fan of the rope, but it was still not enough. The cargo ship still collided with his ship. Because of this, his ship got a very bad shock. And he also fell here and became unconscious. He also had a head injury. When John came to his senses, he saw that the bathroom was now filled with water. And the shocking thing was that it was not the water of the sea, but pure water. That is, there was someone who was trying to scare him. He begged one more time, "Whoever you are, please leave me." But no one was listening to him. He was now hungry and thirsty. His strength had also decreased. After drinking water, he used the shower of the washroom. He saw that the water was over. When he started drinking fresh water, he found out that now this water was salty. That is, it was the water of the sea. And so he knew that there was a hole in his boat. There was a hole through which the water of the sea was coming into the boat. And now, soon this boat would sink. He tried again to open this door, but it seems that someone had closed the door from the outside. It was also night, and when the scene above the boat was shown, it was found that someone was running this boat. Who is invisible? He is not visible. He is definitely an evil creature. The water had also come up a lot. And in this shock, John also fell asleep. At night, a storm came into the sea. Due to the storm, the boat was also badly damaged. And John was also badly injured. In the morning, when he opened his eyes, the water level had increased so much that only his face was outside. Now he had accepted that he would die in a little while. But then he heard a click sound, and as soon as he turned the handle, the door was open. Due to the pressure of the water, the door broke and fell out, and in this way John was released from here. First of all, he went on top of the boat and breathed fresh air, because the oxygen level below was very low. Now he knew that whoever was here was trying to torture him in every way. He couldn't tolerate more torture than this. Along with that, the water was also filling in the boat below. He knew that this boat would sink at any time. He had decided that he would not stay here. That's why he got an idea in his mind. He took airbags from this ship, and with the broken bathroom door below, he tied all those things together and made a small raft for himself, so that he could escape through it. But some other things were also necessary. How did he run this raft? He arranged all the things on this big boat. He even took food from here, and then he got off this boat. Finally, now he was in his raft. While he was driving, he was slowly moving forward with great effort. And this big boat was standing in front of him. Hours passed. He also couldn't travel much, and he saw that the boat was also standing in the same way, about which he was thinking that it will sink in 5-10 minutes. If it hadn't sunk yet, it meant that it wouldn't sink. Thinking this, he got an idea in his mind. Why not fix the leakage system of this boat? In this way, I will also be able to travel in the same boat easily. Thinking this, he came back to this boat. First of all, he fixed the leakage of the boat, and then he made a pump, with the help of which all the sea water in the boat easily came back to the sea. After finishing the leakage and removing the water, he fixed all the problems in this boat, and he also repaired this boat from the outside, so that there was no problem in the journey ahead. After doing all this, he tried to call for help through the radio again. But this time also, when he didn't get any answer, he came back to the boat. He had a map. He tried to find the way again, and he moved this boat. But once again this boat deceived him and didn't move. That boat was completely still. It was stuck in the water, and this thing put him in tension. Now he was completely tired. Meanwhile he saw another ship coming far away, and he decided to go to that other ship through his small raft to save his life. And as soon as he took his raft and left for him, this ship moved on its own, and it started following him so fast that he thought that this ship would crush him and kill him. He increased his speed, but it was of no use, because that big ship had increased its speed even more. And before this ship collided with him, he jumped off his raft, and decided to go to the other ship that was floating. But by then that other ship had already left, and seeing this he understood that there was something evil on this boat that was not letting him go far away from himself. He had thought that even if he died in the water he would not go to that boat. He kept swimming in the water till evening. But now the temperature of the water had dropped a lot. The water was very cold, and there were dolphins below. Now, to get rid of the cold, he came back to the boat. He was so sick that he didn't think of anything and went to sleep in the room with a blanket. When he woke up in the morning, he decided to leave again, but now the door of his room was also closed. He was very frustrated. What was happening to him he was not able to understand. Then he saw a small cabin here. When he opened it, he saw that there was a way from above. There was a light that could open and go out of here. He now went inside that cabin. The place was very small. Actually, it was a storage area. Through this storage area, whenever he tried to climb up from here, he fell down. In this way he had many injuries, but he didn't give up, and he climbed up again and tried to open that light. But he also couldn't open it at all. It felt like it was sealed. The oxygen level of this place had also dropped a lot. The door of the cabin was also not opening so that he could go back to the room. Once again he had accepted that he would die. Due to lack of oxygen, before he became unconscious, he heard the sound of a click again, and the cabin opened. As soon as the cabin opened, he immediately came out of the boat. When he came out, he saw that the boat was coming on a small island. Seeing this, he got courage and breathed, "Now let's get rid of this evil boat." As soon as the boat reached the shore of the island, John also got off this boat immediately. He felt that there was a person on this island who was controlling that boat and torturing John. He got close and picked up a rod to teach that man a lesson. But as soon as he explored this island, he was shocked that there was no sign of a human being on this island. Once again he was upset. When he came out of this island, a new scene bothered him. The boat that had brought him here, now he was walking in front of it again, as if he was going to find another prey of his own. And seeing this, John was 100% sure that the boat and the island's control was in the hands of 100% evil energies. He had to get out of here. He had a life. While doing some research, when he went to the highest point of this island, he saw another island nearby. He couldn't see what was happening on it. As he was roaming around, he came to the back of the island. He was shocked when he came here, because this was the same place from where John had started his journey at the start of the movie. And here his boat was also tied up like before, and now there were humans on this place like before. It seemed that as if nothing had happened, John saw all this and it was his bad dream. But all that happened with John in reality. Who brought his boat here, and what was the reality of this island? What was behind everything that happened with John? This is not told in the movie, and the movie ends here with these questions.